Hello there, welcome back to Craft Therapy. Today is Monday, October 7th, and that makes it approximately 2 months since I started this project and 1 month to my estimated time of completion. I need this blouse somewhere about the middle of November, but I want to give myself a good 2 weeks wiggle room just in case by the time I'm finished with it there's anything I want to adjust or fix or whatever the case may be. So as you would have seen in the last video, we have finished putting together the front and the back of the blouse, right? So we saw that last week. Now I'm at a bit of a crossroads because the intention in terms of a design was, let me show you real quick. What I had wanted was, you know, one of those blouses that is kind of like a cape or a poncho type design, and it's very squared off like this, but then you have the stitching in here to give you the sides, and it's stitched up to here for the sleeves. Now let me bring it in closer so you can see that a little bit better. Right, so that was the design that I thought of originally. However, I'm gonna scrap this, and I'll tell you why. The fabric that is usually used for a blouse like this tends to be more chiffony, a little bit more flowy, so it lends itself to movement. Crochet thread is not so flowy. Crochet thread is a little bit thicker, a little bit denser, a little bit stiffer, so it's not going to fall and flow the way a blouse like that would fall and flow. So it would end up being quite bulky. So I've been playing with a few thoughts. Currently, this is what it is shaping up to look like. So the neckline on my blouse is a little bit jagged. This is what it's shaping up to be. So I have, let me use this as a point of reference. I'm no designer, clearly, right? So the shape goes like this. So the shape goes like that. Then these are the black sections. Then another color is in here. Then black again. And another color down here, and then I finish it off with black again. Now I actually had another row of colors to go down here, but when I gave it a little bit of a test run, when I joined the shoulders and gave it a test run on the weekend, I realized that if I put on the other color down here plus the other layer of black, it's going to be almost at my knees. Right now it's a little bit mid-hip, which is quite okay with where I want it. So I decided to stop it at the pink layer and not add on the turquoise layer as I had in my original plan. So this is the shape that I'm looking at right now. So I can go in a couple directions with this shape. I can go sleeve like that, and then the shape comes in like that pretty much. Well, the shape on the bottom is kind of uneven, which is how I wanted it, right? So I would end up with, you know, some little side designs going on down the stretch, that sort of a thing, whatever the case may be. But I am conflicted with regards to a long sleeve or an elbow length sleeve or a short sleeve like this. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to work on the shoulders first. I have the idea in terms of what I want to do for the sides because this is pretty busy. The design itself with all of these colorful motifs, it's pretty busy. So I don't want to have too much busyness. Let's bring you back out. I don't want to have too much busyness along the sides. So what I've decided to do on the sides is do like, let me bring you in. I have to keep checking the camera to make sure you're seeing, you know. I want to do like black, and on the side, like the side seam itself is going to be a solid insert, right? So I kind of know what I'm doing with the sides. However, before I can get to the sides, I need to do the shoulders. The shoulders and the sleeves, because you know you have to factor in the bust line, and the bust line section would be up in that area of the blouse. So I need to factor in the shoulder and the sleeves first. I think I want to do the shoulder and the sleeves first, and then I will fix the sides, because I can always fix the underarm to make sure I have enough space underarm and enough space going down the sides, so it doesn't look as if I'm sucked into it. You get me? I still want a little wiggle room. I like my clothes a bit loose, but in this case you don't want it too loose. Although I'm going to be wearing an underblouse with it, you still don't want it too loose. You want it to look fitted and not like a crocus bag, right? So what I have decided to do is, and based on what I fit on Saturday, when I joined the back and the front here, I have enough space for my neck to go, for my head to go through, and it sits on me comfortably. And this sits about a third of the way between my neck and the end of my shoulder, so I'm comfortable with that. So here is how I'm going to be joining them. I'm going to put a solid insert here. Let me grab that bag of tricks. I'm going to put a solid insert here, solid turquoise here, and here. So I basically square off this section here, right? I basically squared off this area. Then I did a couple of these because I've already thought a little bit ahead as to how I'm going to be doing this. Sorry about that, the camera kind of shut off on me. I've already thought a little bit ahead about how I want to do this. So if I have the solid there, I have done a couple small black motifs, which I will be putting here. So it will be, it looks kind of jumbled right now, but trust me, it works. So black right there, black, solid turquoise in there, solid turquoise in there. There is space for black, turquoise, black, and well, based on how I calculated it, it would be almost like similar to this, to the color design, where I have 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the same with the black and the turquoise going down the side seam of the sleeve. So I'm going to get that done, see how it looks, and bring you back. All right, so see you in 1 second for you, but maybe a couple hours for me. See you. And we are back. Today is Friday, October 11. So it's been a couple days since I said I would have been back. And truth of the matter is I did have the shoulder complete, but I had a couple other things I had to get done. So, you know, plus I had to charge the battery for the camera. And it's one battery that I have. I don't have any backups. So, you know, time just got away. But here we are. So, this is one shoulder. And we are now at the point of no return because the garment is now one piece. Not complete, but you know, it's one piece. And I'm loving it. So this is the original shoulder part, and these are the side pieces that I've put in. And it goes down to form sort of like a cap sleeve. So now I am wondering how I'm going to be forming the sleeves as I go along. Because do I even need to join them underarm? Or can I just put a decorative edge on it and leave it as a cap sleeve? You know what I mean? Because essentially, this is where it would join, and then this would start the side, right? And the side, of course, needs some fillers, just like this. So on the note of fillers, though, I realized that I needed 6 on each side of this, 6 of the small black motifs, these, on each side. So I decided not to come back to you until I had the other 12 done for the other sleeve, which I now do. On that note as well, though, if I'm going to be using the same system for the sides, I'm going to need 48 more of these. Each of these takes approximately half an hour. Do the math and figure out how many hours it takes just to make these. We're not going to do the math to figure out how much time I've spent doing all of these other motifs, not to mention the black ones that will take maybe an hour or 2 or maybe 3. But it adds up, and this is one of the reasons why I say persons who do this kind of thing and they do it to make a living and they charge some exorbitant fees, it is worth it. It's worth it. It's more than worth it. So far, I am on thread number 21, I believe, the last time I counted. And I cannot get 48 out of this, which means I'm going to have to get more black thread. So I'm going to be going up to at least 25, if I'm calculating correctly. And these threads are not cheap. You're looking at, depending on where, as I had said in a previous video, you're looking at anywhere between $600 and maybe $800 to $900 per roll. So just to charge for the thread is a pretty penny already. Don't add the hours of work. You know what I mean? So people who do this, pay them. It's worth it. So what I'm going to be doing is calling it a day where this video is concerned, because all I'm going to do is put on the other sleeve and bring you back to show it to you, and that will be it. So thank you for joining me for craft therapy. Get your hands busy so you can get your mind at peace.